Hi guys, welcome back to RV Adventures. On today's episode, I'm going to tell you a little bit of what we've been doing here in Canada. We're still parked here in Mom's front yard in our Thor Outlaw 38MB 2021 model, and everything's been doing good. So in this video, I want to show you a few accessories that I purchased and installed while we were here. And the main thing I want to show you in this video is our new power system with Victron components and lithium batteries. That stuff I installed right before this trip in Florida when we were home. And so this is kind of like a maiden voyage trip with that power system. I call this our mobile command center now. Stick around. All right, I guess the first issue I'm going to repair is this window glass that came unattached to the pull-in bar here. If you can see that, kind of show you what happens. So this is the bar. You can, it's stuck underneath the seal now, but you can turn it, bring it out, and tighten it to bring it back in. Let's see, this bar was adhered to the glass and now it's become undone. You can tell it's still a little bit sticky. Now in this corner it's wanting to stick a little bit. But I'm going to take a razor blade, clean all this up off the glass and off of this aluminum channel bar here. And this is these are the products I used to repair it. I've got, first of all, our glass cleaner. We're going to clean inside and out that glass and that channel bar. Use VHB tape, just not to do the whole bar, but in different certain spots. In between, we're going to use this 2-part JB weld that will. I've had good luck doing these 2 glass hinges right here last year. And mix this 2-part up and it will stick to the glass and to that aluminum channel. Then I use this to help this while this is drying, and I also use this electrical tape to wrap it around the glass and that aluminum channel. Wrap it real tight on there until the whole thing dries, and I've had pretty good luck. So we're gonna go ahead and clean the glass up first. All right, I got everything cleaned up. I'm going to use some alcohol now to clean the glass and this bar here. Getting cleaner. Okay, all right, now I got 4 little pieces cut here, right here, all prepped and prepared. I'm going to put them across that glass evenly in different spots, and then in between we're going to use our JB weld, which hopefully this did not dry up since the last time I used it. Let's do equal parts. The white and the gray, the black. This computer's dry up. That. And I'll just take my plastic utility makeshift knife, spoon, mix this together equally, and it, yeah, after you mix it up, it should turn out great. And this dries like cement. It dries really hard. And I want to be careful applying this very gently. And this is the hardest part for me, just unpeeling this tape. Okay. Okay. Now, let me set you up outside. Just take your time, this part here. You don't want to get on seal. And you want to get it thick enough that it's thicker than that double-sided tape. Oh, get down. Carly, pants. Shit. Get down from there. Get down from there. Right now. Get down. You can't get up here right now. Alright guys, I'm gonna put this out. I want to get some electrical tape first to hold it. And I want to slide this to the proper place so it doesn't hit on the seal here, but that it's in far enough for here. Let me see. Go over right out there. I got it stuck up in there fairly well. Now let's take a look at the inside, how it's sealed up there. Looks pretty tight. And that epoxy should actually dry up real nice. A bit more since I got all this left. And just try to be as neat as possible. Just apply it from the outer edge. And if you're looking at it up close, it doesn't look pretty, but the goal is we want it functional and we don't want it to come apart again. If there's one thing I hate the most, is doing a project more than one time. And here it is a couple days afterwards. Like I said, it's not pretty, but it's functional. And it should never come off again. Never detach again. Next one will probably be the one right next to it. I've already done that window and that window last year. Alright guys, we're having a pretty good day today. I was trying to get my mind off of backing into Mom's driveway here, and with my guidance from Cheryl, and getting that dent on the rear corner. It's like I always feel like, you know, when I had my Corvette, that was the first main vehicle. I always said to myself, all right, because Cheryl said, oh, can I drive it sometimes? And I was like, yeah, but don't get it into an accident, because I don't want a vehicle that's been in an accident. You know, even if they can repair it and I can't hardly see the previous damage, it's in your mind. It's like the thing's been wrecked. And I had to get over it overnight, get a good night's sleep, but I'm okay with it now. Just a little ding in the top corner, and that whole fascia plate can be replaced. So I've moved on, and I've got a few accessories I want to share with you today that I've installed to try to bring my sanity back. So first of all, I want to show you this back here in our garage here. As you know, I did this fold up system here with a bench and a table and a fold down office desk and monitors built onto the wall. I did add this on our trip, which has been nice to see with our new Victron power system installed. Now this is going to reboot every time you wake it up to give you full live, specifics of what's going on. And you can see we're picking up for 15 amps of shore power, 1250 watts right now. That's because I'm running this AC right now, keeping it nice and cool back here in the garage and into the rest of the coach. We got battery power with our 1200 amp hours of batteries at 75%. We're getting some solar today. We're at about 200 watts of solar from the roof solar panels. So I like this. I got it on like a little swinging arm, just like these monitors here. So I got it right at my fingertips to see, just with a touch of that button. It works real well. Okay, now I got these baskets here. I hung one up here. They came in 2 packs. This works really well. I had like all this, the vacuum attachments and stuff up in here, and some Kleenex and some charge cord adapters and stuff like that. I throw them up here now. I had it all kind of stuffed in here, but I want all this just to be like chemicals and cleaners in bottles or cans up there. And that's our fold down works storage station that comes with the Outlaw, but this is added. And let me go check these hot dogs. Pixie's watching me make hot dogs because we're all gonna eat hot dogs for dinner. So these are some beef franks. Oh, they're getting toasty. I have to turn this down a bit. Hot dogs are looking good, pants. And I'm gonna have beanie weenies. I'm gonna cut some of that up for the doggies, mix it in their food. And then we got this Jack Stacks baked beans. I love these. And we ordered a bunch of these when we went to Jack Stacks on our trip through Kansas City. So I got one out last night, and I'm gonna make beanie weenies for me. Dogs are gonna have some of that hot dog too. Okay, let's move on. Oh, here's the rest of the Victron system right here. This is the factory controller. This is the Victron controller. Displays the same stuff that I showed you back in the garage with that remote display I added from a tablet. And in our bathroom, I added a shower rod up here to keep our bath mat up there, or towels. Added another basket. This came in a 2-pack as well. Had some hooks you could put on them to hang stuff. So we'll find a good use for that. And I added this mirror. It's got 10 times magnification, or a regular vanity mirror that folds out. And I noticed, because I'll get back home sometimes after being out, and I'll find all these stray long hairs that I don't see in the standard mirror, because at home I got like a magnifying mirror. So I went ahead and got this one here. It's got built-in vanity lights, different brightnesses and warmness for both sides. Here's the 10 times, and you can swing it out and easily swing it back. Where is that? There we go. Just swing it back here for storage for travel days, or just to get it out of the way. And it doesn't interfere with this door here. So I'm liking that. Now, oh, here's the other basket I installed right here. This is for our doggy leashes and doggy stuff when we come right inside the door. Easily accessible and easy to grab to take them out quickly. There's my window repair done. It's a little messy, but what are you gonna do? It's gonna hold forever now. Oh, the other baskets. I told you I got these in 2-packs. They came in 2 different sizes. The smaller one came in 2, and then a deeper, bigger one came in 2. So I got one up there for my socks, and That one I just used last night for, I put my shoes in when I go to bed, keep them up and out of the way. And then also, here's another basket I put in here. Guys, don't start calling me Mr. Basket Man. I know I got a little bit, you know, overkill with these baskets. But let me continue on with the other accessories. So back here, I've been wanting this for my seat, but I showed one to Cheryl and she says, yeah, I'll take one of those up here. So it's hard to see because she's got some bedding and stuff that we store on the chairs. But there's one there. And then what I mainly got it for was me, because I've got a cramped space. And when you're the driver, you need everything accessible at hand. Someplace to put my glasses, someplace to put my phone if I don't have it here in the charger, which I usually do. My ear pods. Down here I keep snacks in here. That's double-sided tape to the floor. Keep like beef jerky in there and stuff. This has got a lid on it, so it keeps Pixie out of it. She's a little snoopy, but this is going to be a nice feature. Lots of extra storage there. So that's the accessories. Oh, one other thing. Mix these up. This, I'm liking this little roll-up thing here, and it stretches. So it stretches, I think, from 12.5 inches to 20 inches. So I've just got, here's the stretch points here, so these can slide in and out. And I like this. It's got a little silverware tray, because we had a deep basket, solid, like kind of plastic, and it always seemed so dirty to wash your dishes and put it down in that dirty plastic bin. This here, we can keep it nice and clean, and even kind of use it as a countertop. I can set stuff on here while I'm cooking easily if we don't have anything drying. And then this other tray I'm using for like our wash sponges and stuff. So that's all the gadgets for now. And we're back. So first things first, the power center that I installed included solar panels on the roof, and this is how I installed that, and I'll show that clip to you right now. All right, we're up on the roof, just inspecting, and this will be the first time I'm inspecting the way I mounted the panels on the roof since we left. This is the first time driving on the road with these panels that I mounted. So let me turn you around here. So starting up front, there's our first panel. This is our Starlink bracket right there that I got from Starlink for $35. And of course I had to take it off because of our tree coverage here. As you can see, limited sky space. So I try to pick up a little bit more signal out there in the front of the driveway there. And this is our first panel here. And look what I did here. I bought some flexible baseboard trim that I put and I screwed into the front here. It's kind of a air ramp or air dam. So the air will come up over, scoop up over there instead of trying to pull up on the panel when we're driving 65 miles down the road. And that's held up really nice. We got our 2 AC units. I did install a soft start in the front one. The front one we're not having any issues with, but since we purchased it, we noticed the back one, the low speed doesn't work on it. So I can't set it on auto to where it will choose on its own if you want high speed or low speed to reach your desired temperature. So we always have to run that on high speed. So that one I'm going to be replacing next season when this season is over. And I'm looking at the Furrion Chill Cube because it's much quieter and more powerful, and you don't need a soft start on the Chill Cube because it draws low volts. So as you can see, there's the other panels. We'll take a closer look, but this is where I chose to run my wires into, right here, right next to this toilet vent here, or sewer vent. There's a wall inside of the Outlaw, so I figured this is hidden, so it's coming up inside the wall. So I just marked over. I knew this was inside the wall, so I drilled a hole through here and put this entry gland right there, sealed it all up, and I got 8-gauge solar cables. These are 8-gauge and 8-gauge running down, so heavy duty to run all the amps from our solar panels. So I got a couple middle ones right here. Follow the wires around. Here's our second one. I've got Eternabond tape covering the bolts, and I've already sealed it with also, what is it called? Self-leveling caulking over the bolts. Here's our next one, and our final two back here. And it's all looking good. Nothing looks like it's pulling up. Nice and solid still. So that's 1400 watts of solar panel we have now. I'm happy with it. So far, so good. I just figured I'd share with you all the improvements I added in case you're interested. This wasn't too difficult. I got a neighbor to help me lift these panels up. I got up on the roof and pulled them up while he's on the ladder and lifted them. So I'm happy. Okay. So the solar wires, I believe I used 8-gauge. You know, that's 8-gauge is, you know, what you want when you're running this long distance, because we got them up on the roof. And I found a sewer vent tube that ran down here from the roof, like I showed you. It ran right down here, down inside this wall. So I drilled a hole in the roof and put access up on the roof and dropped those cables down here. And the cables, actually I'll show you, they come down into the bathroom here. Right to here. This is our solar cutoff switch. Cables come from the roof into here, and that's our solar cutoff switch. And also I had to run cables, I'll show you a few pictures, from the solar and the to the display. That required a USB cable to our new display here. This is the Servo GX display, 7-inch. So the solar panels, or the cable runs up to here to feed all of the stuff here, and we'll go over that in a minute. But the cables I ran around underneath here, I put this housing casing around the cables after I pulled all this out. Right here is your hot water heater behind here, or your heater, I'm not sure what it is. And then this little lid on here, that's an access for your plumbing and some electrical. I ran our electrical wires through there, the solar and the 4-aught cables going to those batteries that I showed you in the bay. And they run through here. And I did remove this to get some access to pull the cables underneath the shower pan here. And all that comes to this bed area. This is the power center, the bed, believe it or not. So let me open this up and I'll show you. Okay, and move this storage ottoman for you. This is your breaker panel right here. So I had to pull the wires over from outside where the shore power comes in to the transfer switch box. That wire was already coming over here. I took the wire off of here from the transfer switch and connected it directly to the Victron inverter underneath the bed here. And then I put another wire onto the breaker here, 50 amp breakers, and put it over to so your breaker box is right here, your breaker panel. And I removed the converter. I pulled all this panel off, actually, off the side of the bed, the front of the bed here. I'll show you that in some pictures I'll put over top here. But that's how I ran the wiring, and I pulled the wiring, our 4-aught cable battery wire and our 6-3 wire for our 110 solution. All that came up from underneath, right where the rear wheel axle is. But I also, with this project, I'm going to turn some lights on here for us, but this bed, it was too heavy because I've got a padding on it and everything to make it heavier, and I had to buy new shocks, heavy duty shocks here, the struts, 2 of them. So I did that at the same time so I can get easy access to the power center here. So let me turn on, I've got a Yo-Link switch that will turn a light on in the power bay here. Oh, Pixie, you're going to check it out? So we turn our light on and see everything lights up. Really nice. All right, so here's the power bay and everything in it. And I'll show you some pictures before I had to pull off this panel over here. And that's where I ran the wires to behind the toilet area, underneath the shower pan, and over underneath the sink. So I got that, all those wires run to there. I installed the Multiplus 2, 12 volt, 3,120 volt, or 120 amp inverter. I've got another battery here, 400 amp hour, added to our 800 amp hours that are underneath the battery bay. Added a cutoff switch for this battery. I did some bus bars here for the battery, and the other cables come up behind here through the floor. And I've got our solar controller here. That one solar controller will take in all the power, 1400 watts from the roof. And then I've got another shunt that battery goes through, so it reads power from there. And I got the Servo GX. That's the box that sends all the information to the display panel on the hallway and the wall. On the wall in the hallway. So that's our setup there. Pixie, what are you doing up here? Okay, so I did put a Yo-Link temperature sensor there so I can monitor the temperature under here through my Yo-Link in our RV. And then I also added 4 cooling fans, 2 on this side for intake, and Pixie, out of the way. And then over here, 2 on this side. That's exhaust. So it brings the air from this side to this side over all the components in here that can get hot. And last time those cooling fans came on, I've got those hooked up through the servo, and it will automatically switch on when it discovers the temperature of the system is like over 92 degrees or something. And I haven't had it on since we've been traveling up north here. The cooling ventilation fans, they have not run since we left Florida, which is a good thing. Let me show you these vents here where I added those and get Pixie out of the way. Okay, right there is an intake vent on this side. And if we come over here, there's the exhaust vent. Just regular registers that I purchased off of Amazon. So I'm liking it. Now next, let me show you the display I got. Actually, I have two displays that I want to show you. All right, if we go over here, this is our Servo display, 7-inch. I installed right underneath the touch screen for our Thor motorhome right there. That's the factory touch screen. Here's the one we added. It's telling me I got shore power coming in, 168 watts to handle this 167 watt load. This is the actual picture of the inverter, and it shows, notice with those dots moving, where the power is coming from and moving to. Down here is your solar panels. They're collecting 195 watts. Right now we're kind of under trees and stuff. There's your battery power right there, and your battery level, 89% level with our, what is it, 1200 amp hours of batteries. And this is the old Xantrex Freedom X. I just left this installed until I can find a plate, or maybe I'll make one and remove that, but this is not working. I took out the actual inverter, the old one, and put in the Victron, as you saw, underneath the bed. So all this stuff is making me happy. I want to show you, I did look up, I saw some interesting videos online of the Victron stuff and display, and how you could add a remote display. So I did do that. I added a remote display with a cheap tablet. I think the tablet was like 38 bucks off of Amazon, and I put that back here in the garage office where I sit and edit videos and stuff while on the road. I even bought a bracket for it, dedicated bracket, since the tablet was so cheap. But that is the second display right there. So when I'm sitting down here doing work, I can just hit the on button here, and it'll come up and it'll reset to give you a live view of what's happening every time you turn it back on. And there it is. That is the same information that we saw in the hallway on the Servo GX 7-inch tablet in the hallway. And this is portable now. I can remove it from here easily. It's just a squeeze grip and take that anywhere I want, or I can see it on my phone. So Victron's thought of everything so that you have the information you need wherever you need it. And because I can, with this power system now, this mobile generator on wheels, I can log into it on the phone app, to the Victron app, and I can monitor the battery levels and everything I need to from anywhere in the world. So it's working out really, really nice, and I'm loving it. Another cool thing I want to show you on the Victron app, another reason why I wanted to get the Victron set up. If I go into the app here and click on here, it opens up this live display. It says real time at the top left, as you can see, and it shows you all the same information that was on the hallway screen, the Servo screen that we looked at earlier. And hit this top button up here, the right corner, and see I've got the shore current limit to 13.9 amps. So 13.9 amps is all we're pulling from the plug from our RV. I've just got an extension cord, I'll show you that, and I can pull from there, from the house outlet, 15 amps, but I keep it a little bit below just to not blow. It's on a GFCI outlet, and that helps that not blow. But I can set it to that, and then when we're off on our way and go to a regular campsite, I can bump that up to 30 amps or 50 amps, which 50 amps, if it's available, is what I would have it at. But if we're just pulling 13.9 amps here from Mom's house, it will supplement that power that it needs from the batteries automatically. So it'll just say, all right, I can only pull 13.9 amps currently from shore power. Well, I'll pull the rest that you need from either solar or your batteries. So that's working out great. And I want to show you this cord I got too, because that's been really easy and handy. And even on some trips when I know my batteries are at 100% and we stop at a campground, sometimes it's just easier, rather than pull that big heavy bulky 50 amp cord out, I can just pull the 15 amp cord out, extension cord, and I'll show you. I got it coming out of this bay right here, and that blue cord there, and it's going up here, plugging in right there. See the green indicator light on it? That's where I got it plugged in. And going to the RV right here. And here's the transfer switch bay. So I got this bulky cord right here, plug in right there to the RV, but then it just plugs into this adapter that steps down from 50 amp cord to 15 amp cord. And I put this custom end on it. This will light up green as well when it's got power running through it. And it's on like a reel, like you would have on your garden hose at home. Retracts and it stops. It'll pull in easy. So when I go and I don't need full 50 amps, we can pull from our batteries to supplement it. If we got full battery life, this is a whole lot easier to set up and plug in quickly. And it's 60 foot, as you notice. So if you guys are interested in making yours similar to those expensive RV buses where they have the retractable 50 amp cords, try it with a 15 amp if you have the Victron, and that will either pull what you need from electric 15 amp and supplement it with your battery with the Victron system. So I'll leave the links below to this electric reel here and the connectors, because you do have to cut off the factory connectors because they have to be reversed in order for this to work like this. All right, another thing I'm liking, I just built it a couple days ago. You might have saw the video on it, but I'm really glad that I created in this bay here, right as you come out the RV door there. I've got my tool compartment there, and I built the sliding tray for the toolbox to sit on, and with another basket of other chemicals and rags and other items I might need to work on the RV. And it locks in there in place with these slides. All I do is press the levers down here. That releases it, and then I can pull it out. And it stops right there, so it's not going to come all the way out on you, but it stops there, and then I can reach a bin back here. I think I'm going to get a larger bin back here because we have the room. We still have lots of space here for a bigger bin and more stuff. And this toolbox I'm liking for this purpose. You have to have the lid open actually to open the drawers here. So that's a really nice tool setup right here that I'm liking as a good addition that I built here in Canada while we're staying here. I planned on doing it, and I actually got it done. And it stops here. You got to press release levers again, and it'll click into place. And then you're done. And just like that, you've got a tool center. Or I've got a tool center. You should too. You should build one. And I haven't used the golf cart since we unloaded it here. We've been here for, I think, going on 3 to 4 days. So golf cart, I just got covered up. It was supposed to be raining a couple days ago, but it never did, which was nice. And it's nice cool today. Yesterday it was about 65 degrees. Today is about maybe 68 degrees. It's very, very nice. Almost don't want to leave, but I really don't like staying in someone's front yard either. You know what I mean? Oh, another thing we did this morning when I got up, I used our, what do you call it? It's like a garbage disposal. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it. But it's where you pump your black and your gray tanks. I used that, and I filled up our water level as well today, and we ran the hoses in through that door there and one in through the side window, and we emptied the tanks into the toilet and filled up the freshwater tank through our filter system into our freshwater tank. We've got over 100 gallons of water now, fresh water, and empty tanks. So we can stay for a few more days. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining me on another one of my RV Adventures episodes. And I'm sure there'll be several more coming at you within the next 2-3 days. I'll make the next one. And by that time, we'll probably be getting back on the road, heading back home to Florida and crossing the Canadian border. So making our way back home. And that should be interesting as well. And we're going to hopefully have a non-eventful trip to where everything holds together on this. This is like a love-hate relationship with RVs. I love all the features on this 21 Outlaw, and I hate the stuff that you always run into issues with, you know, like the slide outs, different things like that. Things that will, you know, seem like they're not made, you know, up to standards. But slowly I'm just replacing things. I replaced our shower head, put another Miser shower head, works great on it with an on-off switch, and that helps with our hot water in the showers. And I'm just making little upgrades to make this a little bit better of an RV experience for us. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next one.